So in the Atlantic Division, obviously, we're heavy Northeast right here, with the teams with a lot of lineage, a lot of history, a lot of chips, and a lot of disappointment. And that disappointment starts with the New York Knicks. I definitely have them coming in worst in that division.
Broadcasting worldwide. Basketball talk that does not miss. The Others Podcast, where team is rewarded and others get their due respect.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Sal?
We live. I'm here with my man Freddie Q, my man Rios, and I'm Sal. We here giving y'all the Others Podcast. Right now we just gonna talk about the Eastern Conference a little bit, and I'm gonna let my guys say a couple of things as well before I start dominating their ass. Nah, I'm just, it ain't no competition. This is just friendly discussion talking about, what we think, this upcoming season. I guess since I've been talking, I'll just jump in there first. Obviously, I'm a podcast enthusiast. I watch a ton of podcasts. Me and my guys, we are definitely basketball enthusiasts, some more so than others. I love fantasy basketball. That's probably why that probably kind of bridged us into getting into this podcast a little bit. Just a little secret. We all been very heavily invested in fantasy basketball for about the last decade. And so that's been a good run. So who knows, we might kind of talk about that every once in a while too. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let Freddie Q jump in there and tell you a little bit about himself.
What's up, everybody? Freddie Q here. All that shit he talking is cool, but these my boys. I played ball with these guys in high school. I finished playing my senior year with these guys, some of my best friends, and we all know basketball, and we all think we know what we're talking about. But when they listen to me, I'm usually the leader, and and I'm usually right. They'll tell you this shit. They're gonna make all type of jokes like I'm wrong, like you're crazy. But 6 months, 2 weeks, like you're right. I was like, I know, motherfucker. But that's just me. I'm Freddie Q, basketball know-it-all. How about you, Rios?
I'm Rios, and like I said, we go way back. And the bottom line is we some basketball hoop heads. Whether it's professional, whether it's college, whether it's high school, we heavily involved and got plenty of knowledge. Definitely, I'm a novice to the podcast world. I really haven't gotten into them too heavy, but interested to see where this goes, and just happy and excited to talk about hoops, man.
All right, so with that being said, guys, we got a lot to discuss here, so we can just go ahead and jump in. We're going to go ahead and tackle that Eastern Conference, and we're going to start with the Atlantic Division. You know what? I'm going to let my man Rios go ahead and start.
Let's bring up the teams individually as we shoot through them. So in the Atlantic Division, obviously, we're heavy Northeast right here. With the teams with a lot of lineage, a lot of history, a lot of chips, and a lot of disappointment. And that disappointment starts with the New York Knicks. I definitely have them coming in worst in that division, in fifth place. I was anticipating them to actually make a leap this year and maybe get to the middle, maybe even towards the top of that division if they made some good moves over the summer to improve that roster. But I just don't think they did enough. Jalen Brunson is a really good player. He adds a lot of stability to that point guard slot. I would definitely say Jalen Brunson, even though he got that big check, he's definitely in the others category. He was a first-round pick, late first-round pick, but has really established himself from a bench player to now being a starting point guard who got a fat check. But Julius Randle kind of took a little bit of a step back last year. Go ahead.
So this they record they last few years right here. 37 and 45, 41 and 31 the year before. So they kind of going backwards in some regard. They had a nice improvement though from
the 1920 season.
Yeah, so.
But just look at their last 20 seasons, man.
My God, disappointing.
Yeah.
This is the Knicks. This is supposed to be basketball mecca. You understand? And they don't put a good product out there. It starts with the ownership. That's why they suck.
Yeah, ownership, obviously, I guess, is it James Dolan's the president of operations there? I like a couple of the free agent acquisitions when you got Julius Randle. I think they got him through trade, but then also, picking up Jalen Brunson. Those are two really good NBA players. But holistically, Tibbs is his style.
Yeah.
Is it too old school? Is he too much of a hard ass? Or is just the team just that bad? What is?
I think Tibbs is a hell of a coach. He's a great coach, but he's old school. He plays his players too hard. And then on top of that, you see the Knicks have sucked for a long time. He don't play his young player. They don't never develop their bench. That's what's wrong with Tibbs. He never plays his young talent to get them developed. Open topping, he needed to play. He needed to start to get that guy some minutes to get him acclimated to the NBA. But you're right. It's the coaching and it's definitely the ownership.
I do like his hard-nosed style. I think really the biggest reason for their fall off is the inefficiency of Julius Randle. He kind of went backwards from that All-Star year to last year. And R.J. Barrett, which is in some weird way, I guess, getting better, but
not.
Yeah, but not. Yeah. He's still inefficient as hell.
Yeah.
And I've just this summer Tibbs coaching record that I just got up on the screen. He what 500?
He's a playoff coach.
Yeah, he 500. I mean, got him to the playoffs once out of the 2 years he been there. It's time to show him prove this year, which would be a miracle with that.
But like Rios was saying, they just don't have the roster. They have no one who's going to go out there who can get you 20 points consistently all the time. There's no one on that team. Randle is the man, but he's not that guy.
And they kind of backloaded on the front line. I mean, you just spoke about trying to get Obi Toppin, in the starting rotation. How they're going to do that, with Mitchell. Mitchell is probably their best center. Then, of course, Randle is a four-man. They just paid Mitchell. They gave Mitchell a check last summer. I think Mitchell got a 4-year deal somewhere maybe in the $60 million neighborhood. So
and there you go. There you go with the organization with their bad decision making. He's always hurt. He's always hurt. Why would you get this guy a 4 year? I like his potential. I like what he does when he plays. But
I mean,
I'm trying to win.
He played 70, the most games he ever played in his career last year, so that probably had a little something to do with it.
He played 25 minutes a game. I mean,
there you go.
He shot 76% because it's just a damn dunk.
He don't shoot.
Yeah, he's just the old school big man that you put in the dunker and let him clean up and eat glass and just defend and using athleticism. But isn't Obi Toppin that exact same thing? Isn't that pretty much? I mean, Obi can shoot a little bit.
But he's not a center. You can put Robinson at the center spot, and he can be a very, 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 very poor man, Ben Wallace. But,
you talking about Mitchell?
Yeah, Mitchell.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah, he has that type of potential.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why Oben is not playing over Mitchell.
Yeah.
So here goes some of they team stats from last year. If you guys just kind of want to peruse that real quick, here go Obi down here.
Yeah, I mean, their stats,
4 boards.
Their stats, their stats aren't going to jump off the table. We know that. I mean, the bottom line is
they just developing that talent, though, right? You should. If you suck and not in the playoffs, you're not playing. You're playing to build for the future, right?
But your coach doesn't believe in playing young players,
and that's the issue.
Yeah,
and he's going to run the older players into the ground. I mean,
that's Derrick Rose.
Yeah, and he still got him some kind of way.
He still got him on this damn slave yard.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
that man was 22-year-old MVP, and 2-3 years later.
And then you can see, obviously, there's some disconnect between the organization and the coaching staff, because for the organization, and we talk about Cam Reddish all the time, they went out and got Cam Reddish, and everyone expected Cam Reddish to play when he got to New York and tried to see where his talent is and what could he develop into. And he got to New York and instantly got buried on the bench. I don't see how you can get buried on the bench when you just got traded. Like, how can they say it couldn't have been practice habits? Because they don't even practice in the NBA after the trade deadline. They do walkthroughs for the most part. Ain't no, I mean, unless New York with Tibbs is doing a real practice and running guys into the ground. Yeah, probably. And then, young fella was like, he going to show that he don't like to practice. And so, of course, he got buried. But there's some disconnect. They got to really answer some questions in terms of what they're going to do with this stockpile of draft picks that they have, I think. And what are they going to do with Randle long term? Is he really their centerpiece? So, the Knicks are definitely going to be dead last in that division, regardless of whatever moves they try to make going into the season. Not going to happen.
When they went their little run last year, Barrett was stepping up. That's why I think the Knicks should be a better team, but they're still going to finish last in that division.
No, I think they'll be better. We don't have Jalen Brunson on here just yet, so we had to extrapolate his numbers. But
let me ask you
he
this.
should be the leading playmaker. He might not be
for sure
shot taker, but he's going to be the leading playmaker. Kind of decide what happened with the basketball.
But let me ask you this: if the Knicks were to make the playoffs, who would be the others you guys are looking at that would have to have a career type of season? What do you think?
Jalen Brunson would have to play at an all-star level in order for that to happen. I mean,
just to make the playoffs, all-star level for him.
Yes, he'd have to play for them to make the playoffs in the East. He would have to play at all-star level, I think, for them.
Jalen Brunson would have to be Fred VanVleet, like 20-7.
Yes,
20, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, he'd have to make that type of leap statistically.
Yeah. What did he do last year?
You had an opportunity to.
I mean, last year he averaged 16. He wasn't, of course, the number one option. I mean, you averaged 16 and 5 with another ball-dominating guard on your team. I mean, he put in some work.
But he did a lot of that.
Yeah, the most dominant ball-handling guard in the league. So, no, he's got his numbers, I think, will trend up.
Maybe he'll play a couple more minutes, 3-4.
He'll play 35
minutes a game.
They're going to give him 35 minutes a game. Unless Tibbs decides to go another direction.
Give him 40. Let's give him 40.
Yeah, that's Tibbs' little program. But I think Jalen Brunson going to have to make that next leap. Julius Randle, along with R.J. Barrett, have to be more efficient than they were this past season. I think Isaiah Hartenstein got to continue contributing.
That's a good signing.
I think Obi Toppin got to get better, and I think Emmanuel quickly got to get slightly better. And I think they'll have a chance. Now, I don't got them going to the playoffs, but I think they'll have a chance if all those things happen. If all 8 of those things happen.
If all 10. So am I the only one thinking that guy Sims, the center, that backup should be the starting center for the Knicks right now?
Not right now. Okay. Unless they find a way to move some pieces around. I think long term he could end up being a heavy rotation, maybe a starting center in the NBA, but not right now. But the one guy that's an other on the Knicks team that I think really could maybe catapult them into playing a little bit better because he has a weapon in the NBA. And go back down, Sel, is the kid from Houston, University of Houston, who had a solid rookie year last year, had some big moments. Quentin Grimes, he can shoot the rock. Yeah. He's about 6'6", decent defender. He has a weapon, and he played well towards the end of the season last year. So I'm curious to see what his role is going to be going into the season this year. And for Tibbs to play a rookie at any point in the season shows that,
at any point. You hear what you're saying, right? This is why some coaches get fired because they don't do what's best for the team.
For the team, yes. They want to just stick to their
record. They want to win. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Tibbs is a playoff team coach. He's not a rebuilding team.
No, he's not. Correct.
Yes, but at the end of the day, they in a real tough division.
They're going to get booed again.
They're in the 5th spot, and they will be getting booed.
They will be getting booed again.
End of story.
And Randall's going to be saying, I don't care. Yeah, that's going to be the season.
We're going to see. All right, so the next team that I had next to last in this division is a team with some cachet. But to be honest, I don't see it coming together for them, and that's going to be the Brooklyn Nets.
We have
you got a 4?
I got them at 4 in this division. Now, here's the reason. Obviously, they have no bench. Obviously, they are depleted with quality role players. Let's bring their roster up if you get a chance. But besides that, I think this is going to be a year where
they have a bench.
Sometimes they have a couple pieces, but I think this was going to happen with the Nets. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but a lot of times when things just aren't going right from a personnel standpoint, and you got one guy doing this, another guy doing that, another guy doing that, and that's their big 3. All 3 of them dudes got personality conflicts. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some more adversity that's going to hit them, and it could potentially derail their season. If they have one injury, they are literally one injury away, and they're going to be in the 4th spot. If KD goes down, which we know he just might at any point in the season, if we ain't even seen Simmons play, so I don't even know what to even. I don't trust a guy that doesn't want hoop to get me to the playoffs. Like he doesn't want to hoop. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to, be in those tough moments. He wants it easy. And we know that being successful on any level in basketball or any competitive sport, it's never easy. It's going to be hard as hell. And I just don't think mentally he's equipped to deal with any type of adversity. And there's going to be some adversity that comes their way. And then, of course, the most wild card out of all three is Kyrie. What is his agenda? Where is his focus level? We know he's up for a contract this summer. And is he going to really play to get the contract? Is he going to show up and do his job every day? Or is he going to be distracted by, whatever tugs at his heart? So I just don't see it. I don't see it materializing over an 82-game season in the NBA. Now, if we were in the bubble, oh, shit, I'd probably pick them to be 1 or 2 if we was in the bubble. But we ain't in the bubble. It's going to be an 82-game season. It's going to be a lot of adversity. And I just don't see the Nets putting it together this year so quickly after all the nonsense they dealt with last year. Like, they're literally fresh off of it. And there's going to be some expectations. And I just don't think that group has the mental toughness to overcome any type of adversity that's going to come their way this year. They're an afterthought, in my opinion. They really and truly are.
Wow.
That's a good take. I mean,
that's a great take, I guess, but it's wrong. But that's
as good as it sounds.
I agree with everything he says. I agree with everything he says. I really do. I truly do.
But you think talent trumps it?
Hey,
talent trumps all that.
When you have KD and you have Kyrie Irving, and if they're healthy and you have Kyrie Irving trying to get a contract and these guys play, they're going to be top 2 in the damn division, in their division. Easy.
I don't have them that high. I don't have the Brooklyn Nets that high, but I do have Brooklyn Nets higher than the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, I do.
But I can see it being real close, but, Scottie Barnes, Fred VanVleet, although the Toronto Raptors outdid the Nets last year, I'm assuming that Kyrie and KD will play more games this year. And even if that happened, that should make up the little 4-game gap.
But, Kyrie missed like all those games because of COVID, and all that crap.
So
that's not going to happen.
The difference.
COVID's going to be back in December and January, just like every other year for the rest of our lives. It's going to be COVID season.
Yeah, but as now everything is open up. Everything is open now.
To start the year. To start the year. Yeah. We're going to see.
Look at their games real quick. Let me just see how many games they played.
I think Kyrie was like around 25 or something, like very low, ridiculous amount of games.
If they simply just play enough games, I mean, I kind of feel like they'll beat them guys. They should outdo the Raptors.
And even if Ben Simmons don't shoot on that team, if he can just play defense at the point guard position, that's scary, man. I'm sorry.
But I can't.
That alone.
I'm not giving you a good. At the end of the day, Roy, you summed it up. I'm just going with the talent, and I'm just going with the talent of the top 2 guys.
Yeah, that's all I really need.
Over the coaching, over everything.
Yeah.
Over the experience. Toronto is definitely a more, let's just say, they won the chip before. They got a little bit more pedigree, although you feel like the Nets should have that pedigree. Really, the Raptors, they finished ahead of them last year, the Raptors did. The Nets really ain't did shit since Kyrie or KD been there for the most part.
Yeah, haven't done nothing.
They've been a utter disappointment, so I can't sit there and fight that hard. I'm still giving KD the benefit of the doubt.
So hold on, where have they won a playoff series together?
They won. No. I don't know if they won together, but that year where Milwaukee went to the chip, they were almost in there. They would have won the chip that year.
They beat Boston in the first round, then they lost to Milwaukee.
And they're always in the playoffs too. And they haven't even played together. This team is always in the playoffs.
And so
even though they don't play together, this team is always in the playoffs though.
Yeah, I mean they good, man. I like them guys. Let me see something.
I mean, that's saying a lot, man. They're always in the playoffs. If KD is on the team, they're in the playoffs.
Even if they finish higher, let's say they finish in the top 3. They're not going to finish in the top 2 in the division. Let's say that they're still going to be bound for a first round exit.
Yeah,
I mean they're a borderline second round
2
team.
out of the 3 years they've been out in the first round.
So I mean, this isn't a champion. This isn't a championship level.
They make the playoffs though. But they make the playoffs.
But this isn't a champ. This not put them in any type of championship conversation. They're nowhere near that.
They picked up. I mean, they have a good team, man. I like their team.
Pull that roster up again. Pull that roster up again.
Morris. They picked up Morris.
This the only roster. this is the roster right here. If this man play, if he can get to 78 games, they definitely can make some noise.
Yeah. What's that career average?
All right, on the side note, how many games he gonna play?
He's gonna play 60 games.
I say 65.
60 to 65 games. Kerry Kittles is not walking through that door.
Kerry Kittles will come off the bench.
Yeah. He was a baller though. I love Kerry. He was a baller.
I love his the way he finished. He was definitely a finisher as a guard, man.
Yes, he was.
So basically, if they can get about 120 games instead of the 80 plus games or so they got out of these guys, they could get the third place team in that conference.
They need to update
that's
this.
asking for a lot. 40.
But they picked up Morris though, man. They picked up Morris, one of the Morris twins.
We need the updated average. Yeah, we need the updated roster. Let's
go to NBA.com.
Here we go.
You know that the only thing is they don't show it with the stats.
Oh, gotcha.
So when you just look at the roster, so I just look at
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We know Marquise
Warren is a good ad.
If he's healthy, he ain't played ball in 2 years.
Yeah, he ain't played in
years. Definitely. That's a what if.
Markieff Morris.
Royce O'Neal's a quality role player. He's a quality other. He's a difference maker at that other spot.
Oh, and they still got Steph Curry as well.
I do got this guy. He got to at least do his career average almost. Let's just say he do slightly beneath that. Let's say he do 13, 6, and 6. He could do 13, 6, and 6.
Give him 10, 5, and 5.
That's not moving the needle. 10, 5, and 5 is not moving the needle in the East.
I'm talking about
moving
defense.
The needle combined with Kevin Durant and Kyrie giving you an extra 30 games. You know what I mean? The extra 30 games and him giving you 60 games or something. That'd be a huge gap between them and the Nets. Them and the Raptors to me.
You got to forget, man. A couple years ago, we was talking about Defensive Player of the Year for this guy, man.
I think he's overrated as a defender. I don't see all that I just don't see him flying around guarding everybody, just being a dog. First of all,
he's a one-on-one. He's a one-on-one defender.
Yeah, he's not a dog.
He's not going to be PJ Tucker or Beverly.
Yeah, he's not a dog.
One-on-one, he's going to make it hard for you to score.
He's a serviceable defender because he's 6'9" and he can move laterally. That's about it.
Yeah, he's not.
That's a
lot.
He's
just a big guy. He can create, mismatches on the floor. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. He's a 6'10" guy who can guard a guard.
Yeah, but he can't guard a big.
or his feelings.
Yeah, he can't guard his feelings either.
And if this was like maybe 2 years ago, I would have said he was, a pretty smart, high IQ guy. For the most part.
But that's out the window now.
Yeah, that's out the window. So, all right. I ain't really got nothing else to add.
Let's move on. They're finito.
No, I have something to add. I disagree with that shit. I got Toronto number 4, man. I don't
man, come on.
Okay, you got Raptors. Well,
you got him one spot up. I thought you was gonna say you had him at 1 or 2. You got him 1. They win 1 extra game, they're gonna be in that spot.
No, I have the Nets. But I have the Nets a lot higher, probably than both of you guys. So
yeah, you definitely had that. Because we was talking about this a couple of weeks ago. I think I still had the Nets at 3rd then for the most part. All right. And so I guess with that being said, we're going into these Raptors. I got the Raptors.
And this is a playoff team. And this is a playoff team. Don't let play fool you. This is a playoff team to me, man, because they play hard.
They do, and they're well coached. They have a great collection of others that have ascended into primetime, featured players in the NBA. The point guard obviously is good as hell. He can play with the best of them. Fred VanVleet, he's a self-made man. His numbers last year were outstanding. He averaged 24 and 7, shot 40%. I guess field goal percentage is up a little bit higher, but he's getting a lot of shots. He's attracting a lot of attention. He's letting that shit fly. But he's a leader, he's a competitor, and he's clutch. Fred VanVleet will take big shots and make big shots for the Toronto Raptors.
Played the second most games of his career last year.
Yeah. So he's durable. Nah, solid. Fantasy wise, he's probably a second round pick. Shoot, second, third round, late second round, early third round pick. I mean, Fred VanVleet is an underrated player in the NBA, budding all-star. But the next guy is, the young pup out of Florida State, man. I love the kid's game, Scotty Barnes. Does a little bit of everything. Kind of reminds me a little bit of another Scotty. Got a little Scottie Pippen to him in terms of his versatility, being able to play that point forward spot. A dog defensively, athletic as hell. Just makes really good plays. High IQ player. The average 15, 8 and 4 as a rookie and shot 49% from the field. I mean, he's gonna.
That's the impressive part.
Oh, extremely. So you see, he's not taking shots he can't make. He only averaged, I think, like 9 or 10 points a game in college. He was not like a high volume scorer coming out of Florida State and being the lottery pick. He got drafted high because he's a good basketball player, not because of stats. He makes winning plays. So I think Scotty Barnes is going to be that dude, that X factor that really gets them from not the 4th seed to the 3rd seed. Because I had to tell you right now, if you had to pick between Scotty Barnes and Ben Simmons, who would you go with?
Scotty Barnes.
Marcel, who would you go with? Right now, today. I'm talking about right now. You got to pick between them two guys right now.
Going Barnes, fuck it.
Okay,
I gave Ben Simmons his chance. Yeah,
I did too. This shit's gone. Yeah, this ancient history. That was so long
ago. He should have played last year.
He should have. Sports is all about what have you done for me lately. That shit 2, 3, 4 years ago, dog. Like, no, I don't see it.
Now, he had a good rookie year.
Very good rookie year.
15 points, 8 boards, 4 assists, 49% from the field, 30 from the 3, but that'll probably get better. Only 20 years old.
Puppy.
Played
guards multiple
games.
Positions.
Yeah, averages steal a game.
Selfless type player. He's just worried about making the right basketball plays, and he plays hard. He's a dog. He's the opposite of Ben Simmons.
Okay? He was a rookie of the year, right?
Yeah, rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Deservedly so, rookie of the year.
Yeah, solid, super solid.
Now, at the 2-guard position, if you could pull the roster back up, that's where we start to have a little bit, I don't want to say instability because the young fella, Gary Trent Jr. had a great year last year, stepping into that role as their starting 2-guard. I think he averaged around 14, 15 a game. Very serviceable in the NBA. But, when you're having to go up against other top-tier 2-guards in the league every night in that East, you're going to be going up against, a KD. You're going to be going up against a Donovan Mitchell. You're going to be going up against a Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, whoever they got at that wing position. Oh shit, he averaged 18 last year, not 15. Excuse me.
Yeah, good
year. Very good year scoring wise.
A bit better, but they turned. I think he shot a lot of threes. He shot 8.
That shoot percent.
Well, he shot 8 threes a game though. They try to, 3D guy type deal.
Yeah. He lets it rip.
Threes a game.
He's a 3D guy with 18. He's more than that.
Well, I'm saying the inefficiency of his field goal percentage is primarily due because half his shots are threes. He shoot 8 threes a game.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's all. And so,
but you know what I say, Sel? He don't need to shoot 8 threes a game. He need to shoot that damn closer. Stop shooting them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
mean, that's another day. That's another day.
That's their style of play, though. That's kind of how they play.
Yeah, that's that new numbers league, 38%.
Yeah, Nick Nurse, he's letting it let it rip. Nurse is letting them let it rip.
That's solid right there. And then
he want to chip with it.
On the side note, something else I'm familiarizing myself with the true shooting percentage.
Yeah.
It's just on some old geeked out shit. And when they, and you compare that shit to some of the greats, dog, Kobe Bryant was pretty much 0.55%. You see what I'm saying?
Because of free throw and 3-point percentage.
Yeah, when you have a guy who maybe he inefficient on some James Harden from the field, but from the 3 he pretty good, and if he go to the line enough times, when you think about points per shot and all that stuff, it come out to like you solid, like you efficient.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's kind of that's just on some old nerd shit. I've been looking at some different numbers.
But they got big issues. They got big issues up front too, though. They got issues on their front line. OG Anunoby, I think had a great year last year. He's definitely one of the guys in the others category who is ascending himself to being a starter and somewhat of a featured wing player for them, coming out of Indiana a few years ago. And, we got to just see how Precious Achiuwa.
I like him. That's a
Chris Boucher, his stability or instability thereof. Last year he didn't play as many games and he sat a lot. Josh Jackson, and Pascal Siakam. You know, that combination of players at that 4 or 5 position, they're going to rely on them dudes heavily to contribute every single night. Pascal Siakam, we know, he's going to need some help on that front line. You know, and Chris Boucher ain't enough. You know,
and I like Siakam. I like guys. You know, he getting better as far as being the man. You know, I like that jump in that field goal percentage. You know, same amount of shots. You know, some of that is probably due. I got a young rookie to take some pressure off of me.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm still the number one guy on the team right now. And so,
no doubt about it.
Most defenses are probably game planning for me for the most part, as far as score is concerned. I just like he getting better.
22, 8, and 5, boy. That's a good year.
Man, that's a good year. That's surprisingly. When it comes to Toronto, for me, man, like you said, Rory, it's about their front court. Chris Bosh, he's definitely going to have to step up, man. Everybody's waiting for this talent to explode.
Yeah.
He's always hurt, or he's just
he's 5 years in, man. I'm pretty much off. I'm almost off.
Yeah, I'm almost off.
Is he Larry Sanders 2.0?
I hope not. I hope not. But surprisingly on this team, though, man, that guy Birch at the 5, I really like him.
I do too.
I think they should find some more playing time for him, because when I see him play with them, they are more of a flowing team. He set good picks, rebound, and he's
very physical.
Free throws.
Yeah, very physical.
I like a center who shoots free throws.
Yeah, probably so. I'm not too interested in anything Toronto got going on. I like
they're not talking championship.
You know, OG and Precious. I think they had to, you know, take them next couple of steps. You know, Birch, you've been in the league 5 years. You pretty much are what you are.
He hasn't got an opportunity, though. Let's be clear.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's not say that too. You know, he was in Orlando. With Orlando, they already had Wendell Carter. They had Vucevic.
Typically, when you're not good enough, you don't get an opportunity. When you're not good enough, you know, it's hard to get an opportunity then.
Yeah.
I hear you.
We get that part.
And they gave you a lot of opportunity. Hold on, wait a minute.
They gave you a contract.
2020 and 2021, you know, the little 19 games. Somebody got hurt somewhere. That's the only way it makes sense.
Yep, that's how you
averaged 12 and 8, and they came right back the next year and cut that shit right back down. I mean, he is what he is. He's a solid guy, a solid other. He's going to probably average a little 6 and 5 next year.
What I'm trying to say, Toronto needs a center who can, like, do something in order for them.
Ball in their hands. Yeah.
And he has to be the guy on that team.
But I think
Boucher
is not a center to me, man. He's one of those hybrids.
He's a hybrid center.
Oh, yeah. Let me look here.
He's 6'11", 7 feet. He can do some stuff on the ball in the hands, but he's a backline defender. He's going to be expected to rebound the ball. And he's going to probably have to guard against some top men.
Oh, then yes, he needs to be the starting center. But I'm sorry, that man is 6'6" or something. He is not.
Boucher is like 6'11", 7 feet.
Yeah, he's 6. Well, they got him listed at 6'9".
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is probably 6'7" in real life. You don't look it up. I'm about to say that nigga should be Kevin Garnett.
That man need to stop smoking in Black and Miles. Look at his lips on him.
Oh, man. Nah, they going small ball, though. It's going to be Fred VanVleet, probably Gary Trent, OG, Siakam, and Scotty Barnes. You can't, you know what I'm saying? They got to go small ball.
A whole bunch of 6'7" dudes. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see if they come out higher than the Brooklyn Nets. I bet they end up with a better record than Brooklyn, man. I'm guaranteeing it.
The only thing is, I think chemistry-wise, they should end up with it. I mean, chemistry-wise, they've been playing together a long time there.
Well coached.
With the exact same starting 5.
Yeah.
They are a baby Miami. They on the up and coming, but
they got 5 guys that can give you 20 for real on the low.
It's just that next 5.
Scored the leaks.
It's just that next 5. If your next 5 includes Tremont Waters and Thaddeus Young, old ass, it's you in trouble.
Yeah.
It's Thaddeus.
No disrespect.
It's Thaddeus still serviceable though, and he still do it.
I don't know, bro. Thaddeus on his last leg, boy.
They're not too deep. They're not too deep at all.
They
They got
got
a lot of
Dragic.
others. They got a
They
lot of
signed
others.
Dragic. I guess that might be a good pickup. Dragic.
Look at all those others. Their last
Yeah.
15 names on that roster are others.
Oh,
Look
hold
it
on,
up.
wait a minute. Yeah, that's last season. So let me go to the current season.
Same team.
Yeah, same group of bums.
Ron Harper Jr., Juan Ancho.
And he on a 2-way deal, so he probably not.
Yeah, he's gonna be in G League.
Yeah.
Oh, they picked up Otto. Okay, they picked up Otto. That's a good Otto.
Oh, yeah.
Otto. He kind of revitalized his career a little bit last year with Golden
He
State.
played with Curry, man. Anybody can do that.
Yep, you look
In the
good.
NBA, you look good with Curry.
Yeah, Otto added some depth. Okay. So
What do you think about Josh Johnson? You think he's going to do anything?
No, he's already
Right.
shown me that he ain't shit.
Yeah, he's with just another name now.
Just disappointing lottery pick.
Very. He never learned to shoot. How can you go to the NBA and never learn to shoot, man? I don't get it.
I think he had more issues with professionalism, learning what it is to be a pro.
That's
and
what I
then
mean. The work ethic.
The work ethic piece. Like, I think he probably just caught up in the NBA lifestyle versus being an NBA, player.
And you can tell those players, Ben Simmons.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done with him. I'm done with him.
I'm so done with him, dog. It's a wrap. He's not a real basketball player.
But if he can play.
yeah.
But if he had somebody else's brain, he'd be so good.
Okay,
Yes,
so this
George
right
Miles.
now,
All right,
I think
all right.
where it get kind of, who knows what's about to happen, because we got New York.
We all know.
Some of us
In this division,
I got the Raptors and the Nets. I mean, I got the Raptors then the Nets, but Rios, you got the Nets then the Raptors. I can't really give you, based on what I see actually when I got to rethink their roster, their chemistry, and all the fact I got 5 guys to give me 20. I mean, shit. I don't know, but
and culture.
the coach
Yes.
wants to actually look at the coach record.
Yes.
If y'all
The
got
coach won a chip. He won a
Yes.
chip. He's a
Nick
championship winning
Nurse.
coach. So he knows
Yeah,
what he's doing.
Very good coach.
Very good. You don't have a Kawhi or anything, but
He didn't have his best player coming in this summer asking the management to get rid of the coach.
Yeah, he's been doing real solid. All right, and so go ahead, Roy. Who you got at number 2?
At number 2 in this division, I'm going with the Boston Celtics.
My God.
I think they may have. I think that the Celtics basically pulled an Atlanta Hawks from the year before. They kind of captured lightning in the bottle. They ran through New Jersey and Brooklyn Nets team that really provided them no resistance in the first round. And Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown established themselves as top tier weapons on the wing. But I think Philly is just going to be better. As good as Boston is with their role players, with their toughness, with their chemistry, they're going to have a couple issues. The first thing is, they don't have their coach. And the second thing is they don't have Joel Embiid. Embiid is at the point now in his career where he's, put all the naysayers to rest. He is a top 3 player in the NBA, and there's nobody on the Boston Celtics that can guard that man. There's nobody. And he has weapons around him. So I think Boston's going to slide at that 2 spot this year. And I think Philly is going to win that division and put themselves in a position to play for the Eastern Conference Finals and make a trip to the NBA Finals. I mean, I just think that's where Philly is right now. I hate to kind of, put these 2 teams together in their assessment, but you really can't say one without the other. I mean, these are 2 teams that run this division. I think Boston's going to take a slight step back. I think they're going to have some issues with buy-in, with, Jaylen Brown being a little disgruntled with his name being in trade rumors for KD. MA is not there. Jaylen, let's be clear. Jason Tatum, he didn't play well in the finals. He did not play up to his caliber when it counted the most. My boy, the Dominican homie, he's getting older now. He's real old in the tooth. He had a good year last year, but can you depend on him? And then of course, Time Lord, we don't know how much time he's going to be out there. He just got surgery, 2 weeks ago? So, he's not going to be there to start the season. They're going to have to figure some things out,
Gallinari out.
Gallinari's already out, got hurt playing in the FIBA or whatever it was. They got some issues.
I like that Gallinari and Malcolm Brogdon pickup. I still like them. And I like the Celtics.
And they got Valentine on the pickup too. Nice little bench player.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm just trying to look at it the last 2 or 3 years to kind of see what they've been doing.
Oh, they trended up. They work towards, where they're at right now. So why were they 36 and 36?
Oh, that was the shortened season though.
Oh yeah.
They came
because
right
of COVID.
back.
Yes, they came back later. Yeah.
They came right back
Gotcha.
and,
Okay.
I mean,
But it wasn't that
still
much
should have
shorter.
been over 500, but
Yeah, 66.
Yeah, it was just 10 games shorter.
Yeah, 10 games. Yeah, 72 games. I mean, yeah.
And they was on a good little path with the coach. And that's another reason I kind of got them taking a step back too.
Yeah, big time. That's a big blow. I mean, when your leader
that's
isn't there, your play caller isn't there. I mean, the head coach owns the team for the most part in terms of what they do day to day. And so it's going to be a new face, a new voice.
In the pros, though, man, I get it. This ain't high school ball, college basketball. The coach matters. And, when you're raising, teaching kids. But these are grown men who have been there before. Jason Tatum has always been there. Brown has been there. Smart is a dog on defense. He is a Hall of Fame other. That whole team is full of dogs to be. You got Al Horford. You got the boy Pritchard. They have a great team. And I don't think that goes away just because the coach, is, making horrible decisions.
Gotcha.
Along and all that. But that team alone should be the number one team in that division. Because just like last year, every year they start off slow. And when it gets playoff time, all-star break time, they ramp it up on the defensive end. This is a defensive team in today's NBA, and they have, awesome scoring on the wing. I think this team still wins this division. Man, they have Marcus Smart. Even though he couldn't outperform Curry, but his play got them there, man. His heart, his leadership. That goes a long way more than scoring. That dude is a dog on the defensive end. I think if they lose Smart, then they take a step back.
I think the ascension of the Celtics really correlates with the progress that Tatum and Jaylen Brown have made.
Of course.
They two of the best wings in the league, in the NBA. Them boys,
aren't they the top two scoring combo or top one?
Tatum had a tough playoffs. Still averaged 26, 7, and 6. I just shot bad. It happens. I'm not really too worried about that. I'm 23 years old. I had a tough playoff series.
Tatum is only 23?
Probably about to be 24. And
what?
But that's adult years, but he's probably about a 15-year vet with all the games he's played now.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you've been in the league like 6-7 years now.
And so I think
he has. He came out that
in
1 year.
2017, 2018. Because I think that kind of just correlate with the Celtics. Oh, they're just showing the draft picks.
Every time I think about
pick that year, he got drafted. He was number 3 because it was a big deal with Fultz and what's the other boy in Chicago, point guard?
Who are you talking about?
Ball. Those were the two people that
drafted ahead of him.
Yeah, they just lucked up and got him at 3. He was good before they got him. They had Jaylen Brown, I think, the year before. Then turned around and got Tatum. Then I think they might have got Time Lord in 19.
That's the piece right there. Time Lord, man. If he can play healthy, he is a defensive stopper. He might be the only one in the league who can give Embiid the problem.
Damn, but on another note, man, Ime Udoka, man, god damn, I used to be in love with Nia Long when I was in high school, boy.
But now she's 61. We was in high school.
Yeah.
I did some research on that. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Then I was like,
this dude's right leg for that one, boy.
Hey, maybe they was about to take a step back. If he making dumbass decisions like that,
something, dog. Yeah, damn.
That was gonna reflect on the season somehow, some way.
Some type of way, bro. He long, boy, to be that deal back in the day.
And I think Jaylen Brown will be all right. I think he might be a little.
You gonna suck it up?
He's always the trade of rumors.
Yeah,
it's not his first rodeo.
Yeah. But you're always in that conversation.
I wish they had traded him to the Hawks.
The boy's solid.
Come home, Brown.
To the Hawks too, though. Oh, okay. Say I can't. I mean, I agree with that. I got the Celtics in second place, and so ultimately that leave the 76ers.
No doubt about it. They will be vying for an NBA championship this year.
Hell no.
Yes, they will. They will be vying.
I mean,
they'll be in the conversation.
You look at
that. I agree with. I agree with that. They'll definitely be in the talk.
Yes. Whether or not they can get it done,
players. They have the most talked about players in the history of the NBA with the damn process, his talking ass, and then Harden with his old talking ass.
Yeah,
the most talking potential team in the history of NBA is still not going to do it.
I like what they did, though, man. They went and got Montrezl.
I do like that move.
Yeah, went and got DeAnthony Melton, who had a very solid, look at that, average 11 and 5 and 3 last year. Could shoot the tray ball. Of course, they got the Beard. What the Beard does this year is going to be very, very interesting. Is he going to be back? We know he's not going to bounce back and be 2018 James Harden. We know that's not going to happen. But if he can just hit off on his averages of 27, 8, and 10 and play efficiently, within their system.
If he can just give you his career averages.
Yeah.
If he can just give you what he's been doing for the last 942 games.
He's not going
to say his career averages again, please.
Career averages.
His career average. He's not going to average his career average, which is 25. He's going to average 25.
But hear what you're about to say though. If he just does what again?
He's not doing that. Yeah, Marcel, that's far too far fetched. He's not averaging 25.
He's not
averaging 25.
He just averaged his career average the year before last
year.
Do you see?
You see how many years he's been in the NBA? Look at all them damn years. You can't even keep up. Bruh, he's got a lot of wear and tear on his body, man. That man is not finna hit on no career averages, dog. No way. Father Time is undefeated, man. This dude is going to average 20 to 22. And he's going to – it's still good. He's not going to average 25, though.
Yeah.
And that 22, he's going to have to be an efficient spot-up shooter because he's going to get a lot of kickouts. Embiid's going to draw a lot of attention. I think Embiid's going to have an MVP-type season. And Harden just has to play within himself. He doesn't need to try to take the onus to be that dude.
He only dropped off 2 points now. We talking from the career average. We talking 2-3 points, 2.5 points now.
Yeah.
And then when I look, you know what I'm saying, the drop off was his inefficiency. So I'm not asking you to do a whole bunch of more athletic extra shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't asking you to be 36 points a game, James Harden. All I'm asking you is to regain a little bit of that inefficiency. Can he go back to 47%? Maybe not. Can he reasonably go back to 44%? He could probably go back to 44%.
It's shot selection. It's all about shot selection with James Harden.
To average more points than 22.
He can't average more points than 22 and for this team to be successful. This team is supposed to be good, right? So that ball is going to be going around. So Embiid's going to get his shots. Then you got to feed Harris. There's no way in the world Harden's going to be able to average. You want Harris to be up around 20 points, I think, right?
Yeah, you paying him like that. You paying him like that.
You don't want your multi-million guy around 20 points.
Where's his paycheck at? Pull up my boy. I know he man.
Okay, here goes somebody.
He is kind of number 3 option, man.
Ooh.
I mean, just because. So is
my Lord.
Just
he got the best agent in the NBA.
Just because Tobias Harris is the highest paid guy on the team, I don't expect him to play to, you know what I'm saying?
Who is his agent?
What I'm saying, yeah, you got a good one. What I'm saying is Tobias Harris needs to step up. And in order for this team for him to step up, Harden cannot average 22 points because he's going to take the shots. He's going to take the ball off this man's hand. This man needs the ball in his hand in order for Philly to get it, but Harden's not going to allow it to happen. Harris is going to be the 3rd, 4th option again.
Yeah, Tobias got some years on him too.
I mean, Tobias is good.
Yeah, he's good. But for this team to be successful, he needs to be number 2 option.
And so
Harden does not need to be the number 2 option. That's what I'm saying.
I think
Harden can't be the number 2
Joel
option.
Embiid is going to get his shots. Joel Embiid might fuck around and get more shots this year.
And he's the MVP. Let's just rack it up. He's the MVP. He should be the MVP last year too. So I ain't gonna go against that.
Yeah, his shots, so he averaged the most shots he ever averaged last year, this past season. James Harden took the least shots he's ever probably taken in like at least the last 5 years from what I saw. Tobias Harris, I mean, I get it, efficiency-wise, maybe. I just don't know who I want. I think I want the ball in James Harden's hands over Tobias Harris' hands.
Oh, yes, as a playmaker, not as a scorer.
Yes, I want definitely. James Harden averaged about 10 assists a game. I mean, he's awesome.
But even as a playmaker, he doesn't have that burst, and he really can't beat guys off the bounce like he used to.
Thank you.
So it's gonna be hard for him to be a playmaker. It's gonna be an adjustment year for him for real.
He's an Afro player now.
That I would look to make the leap
Oh, come on.
It's
Go ahead.
Tyrese Maxey.
No doubt about it. No doubt about
I
it.
would probably rather him step up to be now I'm talking my third best guy.
Look at that field goal percentage, dog.
Now you understand why Harden can't average 22.
He ain't averaging. He's gonna average He's gonna be averaging between 18 and 22.
17, and I don't even think it was 20. 17, 18-ish.
But
9 and 9.
Yeah,
but
that's
I guess
scary.
Let me see.
If Harden can almost average a triple double and be efficient,
I just think it's that drop off in efficiency. That's
but I just don't think Harden has it. Like you see the drop off in efficiency, so that means he's taking harder shots. The game is not easy for him no more. The game was easy. Now it's just harder shots.
How many seasons has he played, dog? 18 What? Hold on, dog.
No, man, that's only
like little 12, 13.
12. Hold on.
Yeah, like they kind of partial season.
Okay, yeah. That almost threw me for a loop there. I'm like, what? How old are we? Damn.
Yeah, he need to keep that field goal percentage up, man. He's starting to fall below that 45% for guards for me.
That's going to come with him understanding where he is in his career right now. He's not going to be a guy that can dominate the ball and just take shots at the end of the shot clock. Like, that's not going to be a recipe for success for them this year.
Exactly. So Maxey's the point guard, right? The ball's
Maxey's the scorer. He's not initiating offense for them. I think
really?
Harden's still going to initiate some offense, but it's going to be shared responsibility. You know, they got a pretty diverse, backcourt, so they can have multiple guys that, initiate, but it's going to be about shot selection. When the ball rotates to him, is he going to take it and just isolate, or is he going to feed it to the post and let them play with some continuity? If he plays with continuity and, plays with spacing and kind of let the offense work for himself and not dominate, not try to dominate, which I think he's smart enough to have figured out I'm not there right now, then they're gonna be really, really good. They're gonna be really, really good. I think at this point in his career, he understands that.
Back to the little geeky advanced stats. When you take a look and we talking a true shooting percentage will take into account how they score their points, whether it's a regular 2-point field goal, the 3-point field goal, and the free throw, and kind of combined it. And you see Maxey very efficient. Obviously, Joel Embiid, it looked like what it looked like. Tobias Harris, to Fred point. James Harden off a bad year. You see what I'm saying? But he go to the line.
He goes to the line a ton. Yeah.
Then let's go to win shares added. These the geeked out stats, but when you look at the greats throughout history, these geeked out stats are very consistent with the Jordans and LeBrons. When you go to the win shares, well, you expect the most valuable guy to probably be Joel Embiid. Well, the numbers say it right here. So every 48 minutes, he expected to add this much wins. All right, cool. James Harden, kind of a bad year from an eye test point of view. But when you still get into the advanced stats, the boy is valuable.
Oh, we're not going to diminish his value.
Valuable.
Yeah.
But the second most valuable guy on their team.
Score from a shooting percentage perspective, but there's a lot of other parts of the game
from the offensive
versus that. And let's start out with defense. Let's talk about what really counts.
Let's talk about the reason why I don't think the number one team.
Win shares actually win shares is taking into account offensive and defensive side now. You see what I'm saying? It's taking into account offensive and defensive side.
I get that.
So Freddie Q.
The total win shares is, what they do. That's based on total number of games. But then we break down the averages is per game. And, so it's just interesting. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
And when you look up all the greats, you can see like all they shit lined up.
How many chips has James Harden got?
No chips.
Okay.
I don't see that stat with the great. That's the stat we count the greats with.
Yeah, I can't.
Baylor don't got no chips either. But he won.
I don't consider him one of the greats.
We don't talk about him as a great.
But I just brought up a person who I consider he's probably arguably one of the greatest basketball players without a chip. When you look at his numbers, and so sometimes
I would say Patrick Ewing.
Well, his numbers say Elgin Baylor was better though. You know what I'm saying? That's
a different era. Let's stay on topic here. So
let's get back on topic.
Defensively, James Harden is god awful. He's a liability, and now that he's even older in the tooth, I'm really curious to see what Doc Rivers is going to do to hide him. Like, is he? I think they're probably going to have to use him to guard fours. He can't guard ones and twos. He
Doc
can't guard
Rivers
ones and
not
twos
gonna
right
do
now.
anything.
Yeah.
He needs to be guarding power forwards right now or standstill shooters in the corner. He cannot be a guy that is dependent upon to go out and guard NBA point guards
And that's why
and
we went
NBA
out
scorers.
and got
Melton,
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker,
And
yep,
we got
those
Thibault also.
Thibault, yeah, those guys are going to be the ones because those are going to be the ones expected to guard. So it's going to be on the coaching staff to hide him and put him in the right matchups. But it's two coaching staffs in every game, so the other team's going to start dialing up to put his ass in pick and rolls and get him into switch situations, and it's going to be interesting, man. I mean, I do have them winning this division, and that's mostly because of Joel Embiid, not because
they got
of
arguably the best player damn near in the
in the league.
conference between him and Giannis.
I agree.
But I'm about to go back and piggyback on something Rory said. Coaching and coaching matters to me when it comes to this coach. When I see Doc Rivers, I see somebody who don't make adjustments well, and he always gets out coached in the playoffs. That's the reason why I see Philly not winning a division. I just think Doc Rivers is going to get out coached at some point in the season. He's going to make a bad call. I can hear him up on the news conference right now. I just thought I was supposed to call timeout right there. He always make a bad move, 2 or 3 times a year as a coach. Yeah, I'm sorry, people don't call him out on it, man, but he is not one of the greatest coaches. I think he's a great motivator, a great speaker, great guy, but I don't. I'll take Nash.
He's had some loaded clips. A few times
he had
over.
Chris Paul too. I think he's behind Chris Paul greatness, but nobody wants to talk about how great Chris Paul is. But anyway,
very good coach, but not a great.
Yeah, and I like Doc. I like
together. You bring
I only bang on Doc because I felt like maybe the Celtics should have squeaked one more out, but cool. I understand if they didn't. I can understand him not winning with those Chris Paul teams.
Why?
Just the nature of competition. Everybody can't win. You got Bron. You got a whole bunch of other guys running around.
You got a 3-1 lead. Why couldn't you finish that?
Yeah.
He had one in Orlando as well. We talked about this, Sal. He had a 3-1 with T-Mac.
That's why I bang on him.
Or that.
You can't lose 25 games in a row with T-Mac, But outside
I was
of
talking
that,
about the playoff. I was just talking playoff failures. Let's not even talk about regular season. Just playoff wise, he's just.
I didn't see Steph Curry lose up 3-1. I didn't see Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook lose up 3-1. And so I didn't, after you see it a couple of times, I'm like, yeah, Chris Paul did it too. Okay, Doc lost 3-1. Okay, whatever. And so that's all.
Is there a record for doing it twice or something? I don't know. He might be the only coach to do it twice. One game away from winning the series, and then you lose the rest.
Philly is the best team. He's coached Philly the best out of everybody now. That's probably, the total amount of games played with the organization versus the amount of games he played and coached at other organizations. But
and see that, and that's not fair because he wins, but he always get out coached.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it counts the most.
Yeah,
when it counts the most.
What? A lot of that shit probably got to do with Ben Simmons. Like, first you lost 20 games with T-Mac. Then you trying to ride Ben Simmons so hard and didn't make no adjustments.
Exactly.
Then you threw him under the bus.
That too. Like, I don't know if we can win. I don't know if we can win with Ben Simmons. I don't know. That's something we got to talk about.
I just think Joel, it's like they giving him the help he needs. We got you James Harden. You got Tobias Harris. Now you got Maxey. You got PJ Tucker. You got, Thibault kind of coming up. I'm probably forgetting some other guys. We got Melton. So we're a little deeper. We kind of even got a little Daniel House. Not a big deal, but a serviceable player.
They got enough.
Yeah, they got enough. Even Shake Milton did a little
something. Shake had moments. Shake has had moments.
Let's not forget about Shake. Yeah, he's instant offense.
And then we got Montrez too. Yeah.
Montrezl,
if Joel Embiid get hurt or we don't have to play, maybe Joel Embiid might take a step back statistically. Maybe they may, rest him a little bit more, play him a little less minutes because we got Montrez, which is I kind of on a lower huge addition. And so,
it really is.
Yeah, I like what they got going on. They just got deeper.
Montrez got caught. Well, how many bricks in how many pounds in the trunk showed it? And then he ended up getting. They let him off. They let him.
6 pounds.
Yeah, but then they let him off with like a ticket or some shit. Damn.
This is all me.
I think they took him to jail. Yeah, took him to jail. Lucky Montrez though. You know.
They got him for nothing too, bro. They got him for like would they give him a 1 year $5 million deal or something?
Yeah, it was 2 years.
Let's see.
A 2 year $6 million deal, something crazy.
I think it was like 5.2. It was a ridiculous amount.
That man is a double figure scorer for his career average.
$6 million a year. But you think the bricks in the trunk got something to do with it?
It had to. They're like, you making your money other ways, bro. We ain't paying you. We ain't paying you.
Y'all ready to do this Central?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Now, when it comes to this Central Division, starting from the bottom, I have the Pacers coming in at the bottom. Y'all agree with that?
Yes.
You agree with that, Sal?
Yeah, I got the Pacers. I think Detroit they gonna be in competition with them too. But yeah, I got the Pacers ultimately.
Yeah, and the reason why is because I think they're in a rebuild. I think they're going to get rid of Miles in the trade some point in the season this year. But I do like what they have with Halliburton and rookie Chris Dort. Is that how you say his name? I like him from last year.
Oh yeah, my man Duarte.
Yeah.
Oh, Duarte, yeah, Spanish kid. Yeah, he can play.
Yeah, I like him. And I did a little different than you guys. I just picked some others. And who I thought was going to be the key for them to make a jump, and that would be O'Shea. I think if he gets some playing time, he get around 15 and 6, make a noise. And I like that guy they signed, Jalen Smith from Phoenix. He showed some real good promise when he was playing with Phoenix when your boy was out. What's his name?
Oh, okay,
O'Shea Brisket.
Their roster needs a lot of work.
They need a lot of work.
They really do need a lot of work.
But they got a lot of young up and coming talent though. Like that, like I said, Jalen Smith from Phoenix. He showed some when he played center, he showed some good ball skills, man. He can pop the free throw. He's a defender.
My man with the goggles. Yeah.
And he can hit 3. And he's decent at free throws from the games I saw him play with. What's the center name? He just signed. I forget his name. Phoenix. Help me out, guys.
Turner?
Aiton.
No, DeAndre.
Aiton was hurt last year.
He stepped in, yeah. Him and the other African kid stepped in and got good minutes in Phoenix.
Yeah, he got a contract. Bimbo, he got a contract for next year for them. But yeah, I think Indiana's going to be the worst team because they're up and coming. They have talent, but it's just no one's proven to do anything yet in the league.
There's other on Indiana's team I just got to bring up because I saw them play one game at the end of the year right before the season ended, and that was the kid Goga Batadze, the European kid, 7-footer, got real good ball skills. Really good high IQ, physical and tough and rebounds the ball. I think he might be on the verge of trying to have a breakout season, like on the low. So that's the guy to keep an eye out for.
It has to be because I'm still trying to figure out what was the purpose of trading Sabonis versus Turner. I don't understand that move.
Me
Sabonis,
is a very productive NBA player.
Yeah, and he give you assists.
Yes.
So I just understand where Indiana's going for the future, what they're doing, and that's the reason why I got them dead last in this division. I just don't see what they're trying to do
at all.
Yeah, I don't see what they're trying to do. I don't have any notable others outside of the main guy, Halliburton. I guess he's kind of still somewhat an other, but young up and coming player. I'm looking forward to see what he do. He should max out. They rookie. I'm looking forward to see.
Mathurin. Yeah. He balled last year. He's a player.
There goes some of his college numbers right there. 17-5 and 3.
Yeah, he balled.
Over 37 games. Was he fairly efficient? Outside of seeing what Halliburton do and this guy probably should start. That's about it. I mean,
there's really much talk about Indiana.
Yeah. They're in the all. Let's not waste time. Next. Next. Time worry about the fucking Pacers. Next.
Boring ass.
What you got next, Q? Who you got next?
I got Detroit coming in 4th. Like you said, that could be floppable with these flopping ass teams. But I do have Detroit fourth because they have Cunningham. I'm really impressed with him, and they got this rookie that I was impressed with in the summer league, Ivy. Now he's the son of an NBA coach. I forget her name.
She's a college coach, I believe. I think she was the head coach at Notre Dame
or something.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm impressed with his IQ, and I think the guy is already NBA ready. I think he should be first team NBA, personally, from what I saw in Summer League. I like their team, and they just got a better team overall, their roster. And I think if Bagley can get it together and get some playing time, I think this could be a turnaround for him as well, second chance. So I think Detroit is on the up and up. I see what they're doing. They're building around their young talent, and they got some good young players there.
They do. I think Bagley is going to be the third center on that team.
You don't think he's going to play at all?
Nah. Jalen Duren, the rookie from Memphis, is going to eat that up. He's a true 5-man. He's truly physical and tough. Jalen Duren. And then, of course, you got Stewart at that starting spot. Sadiq Bey, self-made other. He's really starting to establish himself. They got some good things in the play. I like what they're doing with it from a player development standpoint. And you can see what's
Nolan. What do you think about Nolan?
Wait, who? I don't know who you're talking
Nerlens Noel? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man, come on, bro.
No. You said the third center. They signed them. And they still got Kemba Walker. You know, they have a young.
They got a couple of vets. They threw in the mix.
And they got Bogdanovich, from Utah.
Oh, they did? Yeah. Okay. That's a good pickup, actually.
That's what I'm saying. So they have if they can push the playoffs, they have something to build around, make some trades to, maybe get a veteran or something to help them out.
Yeah,
but they're good young. I like Detroit. I like how they're going. In a couple of years, I think they're going to be a real dangerous team.
Damn. Yeah, they're trending the right way.
I like some of their young guys. Oh, they got that bum Kevin Knox on there. I like Alex Bird.
What do we say about him? This is his he's in and out. This might be his last little bit.
Yeah.
You got 1 foot in the league and 1 foot out.
He's there, man.
The light Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish, man. Whatever rep he got, he better change it this year. But that guy Knox, man, he was a lottery pick.
Awful.
Yeah, these teams are going to be horrible. The Pistons and Pacers, they're going to be horrible.
Yeah, they're going to be lottery teams, definitely. But coming in at number 3, you guys might disagree with me or not. I don't know. Don't care. But Cleveland, I got them still in the third spot, even with the Donovan Mitchell trade. I still got them there. I like their team, man. Mobley, in my opinion, I'm a little biased because it's very rare that I can see big men who move their feet. This dude's nothing but arms and legs and complete defense. So I'm very impressed with that. I do like Mitchell, but he doesn't do anything, I think, that would get them past Chicago. They're a young team still, and they still got to go through some growing pains. But I like LeVert. I do like him as a bench scorer.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like Okoro. I like him if he could keep up his 9 points and 5 off the bench, like 9 and 4 off the bench, like he always do. I think Cleveland can really make some noise and be a tough out in the playoffs, definitely.
Yeah, I like the Cavs. I like their movement they got going on. I probably didn't beat this horse in the head too many times, but I'm a little more excited about Donovan Mitchell.
Why though? Tell me why are you more excited?
I'm way more.
And then in Utah, what makes? I mean, I get what you're about to say, but why is it so exciting? Because Donovan
no,
Mitchell
it's not like it's unbelievably exciting, but it's like you added almost at the worst case, you added another Darius Garland. And if you think Darius Garland better, you added another little Darius Garland. So, and if I can try to get the numbers on the screen.
Yeah, balance.
They're old school team, but that guard, I mean, you bringing Donovan Mitchell in to be an AI? Is that what we're doing here?
No. He's going to be
more like Detroit Pistons, where you got like 4 or 5 solid ass guys. The Detroit Pistons with Ben Wallace, Rasheed, Rip, and Chauncey. Like I got Donovan Mitchell, I got Darius Garland, I got Mobley, I got Kevin Love. I got Okoro, my young boy still. I got Jarrett Allen. They got a lot going on, dog.
They definitely loaded the front court. definitely.
They need to go find one more three. And unless Karis LeVert. If Karis LeVert
Then you
can
got
be
Karis
consistent,
LeVert.
it's all on Karis LeVert.
LeVert
It's
is
a lot
the
on
guy.
LeVert.
It's like he's the other who's going to make this Cleveland team, be dangerous. If you're going to be like, okay, they're going to the finals.
If they're going to make the next step, it's got to be between LeVert, Okoro, and Cedi Osman at that 3 spot.
And then I'm holding Mitchell accountable for his inefficiency, man. He's going to have to step it up, man. He's going to have to be a leader. He's going to have to be a game changer type of player. He's a good player. Yes, he's also a great highlight player. But does that translate into winning championships?
I agree.
So I don't think, once again, I don't think everybody just wins championships. Sometimes good guy Charles Barkley won championships. We named a couple of old school guys.
But he got there.
Can they make a serviceable push?
He got there.
You know what I'm saying? And so Donovan Mitchell not one of those guys. So that's not my argument that I would never expected Rip to arguably win a championship for real. Or maybe Rasheed or Ben. But when you throw 4 or 5 of those guys together, on their trajectory that they was on early in their careers, those guys weren't expected to win championships like that. Even Chauncey Billups.
But all those guys were probably top 15 at their position at the league at that time, or probably higher.
All those guys was kind of throwaways. They say, if I would try to pull up a clip.
Rip Hamilton was a top 10, 15 player
Rip
guard back
Hamilton
then.
was probably considered the best guy. Chauncey was kind of up and coming, but he was still kind of bouncing around a little bit. Ben Wallace, okay. Did anybody care about
Rasheed was their best player.
Rasheed was their best player,
yeah. Rasheed was the guy, you know what I'm saying? And his career average prior to that was probably like maybe 18, 19.
Yeah.
But I'm not arguing. I'm talking about position-wise. If you look at those players, they were top 15.
They all fit together.
They all
fit together. And they fit together.
They fit together. They all were top 15.
And I would argue that they all maybe were older as well. See, Donovan Mitchell going to be the oldest guy on this team out of their raw core.
26, 27.
You know what I'm saying? And so if I go back to their ages real quick. Well, Jerry Allen, how old is he?
No, he's a pup. He's got to be no older than 23, 24 years old. Yeah.
He coming off a 16-11 year, shooting 67%. He was an all-star, wasn't he? So, he's obviously one of the top 15 at his position. Donovan Mitchell, he was an all-star. Darius Garland, he was an all-star. So we ain't even really got to talk, you know what I'm saying?
So what you're telling me, Cleveland's going to have to know their roles.
Yeah, Evan Mobley, 15, 8-3. Rookie year, I'm 20 years old. I shoot 51%. I expect all of their younger players to get better. And even if you think 2 of their guys should be better than Donovan Mitchell, which is okay, the fact you just adding a whole nother raw-ass guy and you expect 1 or 2 other guys they currently have to be better than him even says a lot. And they had a winning record last year. They just didn't make the playoffs. But they had a winning record. And so
and with all that said, Donovan Mitchell, this is leaving Utah, coming to Cleveland, which is another Utah to me. He's going to be a second round putout. He's not going to
probably. Probably.
That's all I've been trying to say. He is a second round putout, right?
I think they probably better than Utah.
Yeah, I do too.
I think they're probably better than Utah. I think he has better players around him than he had at Utah.
But same results, right? Second round putout, right?
At the end, yeah.
Yeah. Better team. He's on a better team, second round putout, right? So that lets me know it's not the team, it's him. He's a second round putout guy, man. He's on a better team, but he's going to be putting out a second round still. So what does that tell you?
It tells me that if a good player get with a better team, he has a better chance. Whether he's a second round put out guy, to me, when players need other players around them.
Exactly. Clyde Drexler, in order to win a championship, needed the dream. You understand? In order for Cleveland to be Cleveland win a championship,
Clyde Drexler had comparable players. He did go to a finals. Now I ain't saying Donovan did that. I don't even know if I would put Donovan at a Clyde Drexler. But if he's not,
that's what I'm trying to get you to see.
But if he's not better, he's getting up there now. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if Clyde Drexler went to the finals in his first 5 years. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if Clyde Drexler went
I
to
know
the
he went to
playoffs
finals.
every year. I just know he went
He
to the
did.
finals. And I seen it take
Portland was
Michael
wrong.
Jordan several years. It took more than 5 years for Jay. So that's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So I can't say, oh, well, you ain't did it in this 5 years, so you never gonna do it. Shit, Chris Paul just went to a finals.
Bird,
You know what
Isaiah
I'm saying?
Thomas.
He just went to a finals. And so I don't really judge it like that per se. Now I have my biases, then we can kind of move on. But I have my biases sometimes where I think that certain guys I do expect to kind of win a chip. I always expect LeBron to win a chip. I expect Giannis to win another chip. I expect Luka. That's probably a guy early on I'm foreseeing. I expect Luka to win a chip. I'll probably say Jason Tatum will probably win the chip. I'm probably going to be wrong on one or two of these guys because, just basketball, you got to actually play the game. Some guys you can kind of see a chip coming. Or at least, I think we all got our biases on some guys. Y'all could probably throw out 2 or 3 names, even if y'all disagree with some of the names I threw out. And so that's all I'm saying. I ain't even arguing that Donovan Mitchell is one of those guys, but I think this is the best opportunity that he has. I don't think he had this opportunity with Utah. I think the window opened a little bit wider. That's all I'm saying. And so that's why I'm excited because now you with younger guys that I actually expect to get better. Did I expect Rudy Gobert to get better? Who gonna take a bigger leap? Garland, Mobley, or Rudy Gobert from this past season to the next? I think
Minnesota will
to get better. I ain't talking about the team from a team aspect. I'm just talking about individually better. As a younger guy, you tend to get better. They might make a 4 or 5 point leap. Maybe the leap is in efficiency. Who knows? Donovan Mitchell is who he is. Matter of fact, his numbers should take a step back because I feel like you have better teammates. I don't need you to do as much now.
Can we agree on one thing? Donovan Mitchell's job in the NBA for whatever team he plays for is to come in and finish, right? He's the closer on the team. He's the finisher. He's the man, right?
Depends on what team he's on.
Yeah, it depends on what team.
Every team he has been on, has he been the finisher and the closer?
Okay, in Utah.
Yeah, every year he's been in the NBA, he has been the man and the finisher on the team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Hasn't Jason Tatum been in that same situation as well?
There you go.
Okay, let's move on.
There's a difference.
Let's move on. Yeah.
All right. So
the real team here.
All right. Then at number 2, I got Chicago coming in.
Oh, and that's the other thing. I can see them being better than Chicago. I think they're gonna be better than Chicago.
I picked Chicago 3rd in this division.
I think they're gonna be better because
I just think Chicago's getting a little. I think Chicago's just getting a little stale.
Yeah,
getting a little stale,
a little
older in the tooth, a little stale.
But I think they got 2 things that will change. They got Ball coming back or heading the point guard position with his defense. I think they would be better on defense with this team if Ball's healthy. And then they still got one of my favorite others in the league, Caruso, man. So I really think they are a better team. And then you already got Levine, and then you have your big man center, and then you have DeRosa, probably comeback player of the year. You know what I'm saying? So you have this great team. This is a better team than Chicago.
I got to make one point here. It's hard for me to project a team's success based off guys that are returning from injury. It's really hard for me to,
especially Alon.
But they were the best team probably in the league when he was healthy though in the beginning of the season. When Ball was playing Chicago, they
were good for 35 games. He never came back. I don't think he never came back.
Right. You're right.
And he just recently got hurt again or had to go back and get some surgery. They had to go back.
They had to go back and clean it up.
So they go back and clean it up. He's not going to even start the year off.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? But I like all the other guys, Caruso's and
Caruso had a bad injury too, man. That broken leg or something. What was it? The collision with Grayson Allen? What was that big injury he had?
And that's why I have Milwaukee number 1.
Yes, of course.
Now you know what I do like real quick though. On I seen this is always kind of maybe a mirage or something. These little highlight tapes, but I saw a recent highlight tape of Patrick Williams.
Yeah,
that boy was looking raw.
Yeah, he's doing some things. I saw him in high school, man. He's a player.
And I was expecting him to do a little bit better last year. You know, I guess he had a solid rookie year actually, but I was kind of disappointed for some reason.
No, he didn't. He only played 17 games.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah.
He got hurt.
Based off his rookie year, I was expecting even more progression last year. That's what it was.
With the injury.
And, he got hurt that early on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, even his efficiency. Yeah. So I'd be interested to see what happened. And he about to be like 21 years old or something.
But Chicago had a big pickup. I mean, to me, it's a big pickup with Drummond. Drummond is definitely a great backup center. And then, like you said, Pat Williams, if he come back and give them their 9 and 5 off the bench with Caruso and all that, what they already have, man, Chicago, it wouldn't surprise me if they can make it to the Eastern Conference Final. If Zach LaVine could, get tougher. I don't know if that's the right word, but if he can show some grit during the playoff and be that guy, then Chicago is going to be in the Eastern Conference Final. It all depends on Zach, though.
Yeah, I like Zach. I mean, I like Zach. I just wish he played a little bit more.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
I guess he played the third most games.
I guess that's what I'm trying to say. He has to play harder without worrying about getting hurt. He's going to have to get in that paint. He's going to have to try to dunk on people. He's going to have to bring that out in order for Chicago to be.
That's who he is, though. I mean, he had a great year last year.
He's an awesome player, but I'm saying he has to be like, people got to be afraid when he drives to the hole.
This man balled out last year. Yeah.
Yeah, this man right here, though.
And with him, with his consistent mid-range game, wow, right?
Man, ball. Jeez.
Now, if Zach, if they can do this together, I mean, I guess that's really if Zach can just get a tick better and play just as many games, that could be a lot to deal with. I'm biased to top heavy, so you got two guys running around, give you 25 points a game, playing 75 games.
And then you have your center that's going to give you a double-double. So,
no doubt about it. And he can spread the floor.
And he can pick and pop and roll. So,
if they are healthy, they can contend for that division.
And then you have Ball. He's a good point guard, man. He makes great decisions. He's
a big
not
if.
It ain't a big if. Well, you're right. If he
gets injuries, man. Stay hurt.
That has been his crutch.
Yeah. And so then I guess with that being said,
Milwaukee by far I have them, top in the conference. Really, I think these guys are going to be playing for another championship.
Yeah,
if they're healthy. Like you say, that if
Giannis on his run, I expect him to do a couple of more deep runs over these next few years.
They have it all, man. I like Allen, but I don't like his dirty way. But I do like his dirty ass, if that makes sense.
I hate him.
If he can get it, he shoots 11. He's got about 11. If he can get around 14 consistently, he should be starting. He's okay on defense, but Cogniton, I like him off the bench. He's
serviceable.
For me, he's one of those others to me who could possibly be a starter because he plays hard. He's very efficient to me. So I like their team. I like the bench, and you got Giannis, probably the best player in the world. How can you stop him?
You can't.
Jump shots. He's starting to hit those now. So I don't know how you stop this guy. I really don't.
Who do they add this summer? That's the key question I got. I mean, they got, first off, Middleton got to get back 100%. You need Drew Holiday to try to shoot for 82 games, which he probably ain't never did in his career. Brook Lopez, what can he give you? Of course, one of the best.
I don't think they have Lopez anymore.
Did they move Lopez?
I don't think they signed him.
I think they.
I don't see him on the roster.
You might not. Going to the current roster.
So now you're going to start.
Yeah, it look like they got him on here right here.
Okay.
So Bobby Portis, where's he in this rotation? Is he going to be a starting 4-man now? 5-man? You come off the bench.
They got Ingles.
Yeah,
Ingles is a big pickup.
Yeah, I like the Ingles pickup.
They got Ibaka, Serge.
Yeah, they got Serge late last season.
13 years in.
And just a vet on the floor to play some minutes if, something happened. So if something happened to Brooke, if something happened to Bobby Portis, you got another
George Hill
to come in.
Is George Hill coming back healthy, right? Because when he's healthy, he's probably one of the top shooters in the league at the 3-point line. He's usually there.
And he's a spot duty starter.
Yeah.
If somebody goes down, he can
A
potentially slide
professional.
in.
He's a
Definitely,
professional.
yeah, at the 1 or the
But
2
they
spot.
probably going Drew.
And they got Wesley They got Wesley too as well. That's another one of those others, like
Yeah.
4 and PJ. So I mean, I like Wesley, man. He definitely plays D. I don't know if he still plays it like he used to.
Yeah, they going probably Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, Middleton, Giannis, and Lopez.
If Grayson Allen is their starting 2 guard on day 1, they in trouble.
I mean, you know what? His numbers from last year
he was good, man.
Shocking, dog. Like,
he was a good player, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he averaged a little 11, 3 and 3. No, 11, 3, and let's just say 2. Okay, I shot 41% from the 3, gave you a couple of threes, 45 from the field. You know, I'm serviceable. I'm a little pissed, you know.
Yeah, and I do more than just shoot. You know, I actually play defense and I get in there and get dirty.
Yeah. I agree.
You definitely can say that.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
You know, I don't expect much more from him than that. I mean, shit, if he could duplicate that. You know?
But let's just be real. If this team didn't have Giannis, we wouldn't even be talking about them.
This team would be at the bottom 2 teams in the league.
They would suck.
They would be awful without Giannis. That's how good he is.
That's how great Giannis is. So, yeah. So let's just be real. Call it the Giannis Bucks.
Yep.
And whatever Giannis does is where they go.
Yeah, this man 30 and 12 and 6, 55%. Yeah, that's
big time.
Crazy. That's crazy. Like,
let's see that free throw.
I mean, look at this last what,
and he got the free throws up to 72, man. So it might be at the end of his career, this dude might get up to 80% shooting free throws.
5-year run he been having though.
Yeah, he's
staggering. The numbers are staggering.
One of the players, I like the players who perform even better in the playoffs.
He's one of them.
22, 9, and 5 in the playoffs. 27, 12, and 5. I still shoot at a high clip. I averaged 32 and 14 in the playoffs last year.
But Al Horford still outplayed him.
Like he on some old Moses Malone. Like he taking it back to today. That's some Kareem Abdul-Jabbar numbers. 32-14. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Anytime you get over 12 boards a game, man, you dominate.
All the way.
True shooting 63%. Yeah, this man is.
And what's his win shares? 30?
Almost. Look, 28. That's the highest we done seen out of the few I showed y'all. You know? So the only other highest is his from a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
When they win, he's 30% reason why.
Yeah, that man is.
That's an awesome stat. I like that one.
Yeah, that man is a hooper. Is there any other guys that we didn't mention that Pat Connaughton, will he contribute anything? Or
yeah, I got him as my other. Like he's off the bench. He's the energy guy. Every time he gets in the game, he does something to get the crowd going. A steal, a three, a dunk on your ass, or whatever. He does it all for me. I like him as a player, as an other. He's probably in my top 15. Though. Yeah, I like their team.
They doing the kind of like the Dwight Howard, formula around Giannis. Like just get some shooters around him. Turn Brook Lopez into a shooter.
That's what I was going to ask you. What do you think about Lopez shooting all those threes, man? Do you like it? Or you should get him some touches?
I'm fine with it. If you can make it, he can make shots. I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it too. He shoots 36%.
But how many does he take a game? About 5?
He took 4.
Yeah.
He has taken up to 5 though a few years ago. It looked like when they first started making that little run.
I just wish, like for me, like it's just basketball's easy, man. That's what I was about to say. He was an inside scorer. He could post up, man.
Yeah, he went from being when he was 27 to he was 28. He didn't used to take no threes. Then once he hit 28, niggas started taking 5 threes a game.
NBA.
Let me shoot, coach.
Brook Lopez got an impressive career though.
He's solid. Very solid.
Solid inside scorer. That's why I think they should at least run the ball to him at least 4 times a game for a run. He might get 4 to 6 points just off an easy layup. He's so big. All right. See, let's go ahead and get this last division because it seems like Rory about to get in trouble over there.
Yeah, my ass one. Go ahead.
Okay. now we going into the Southeast.
Well, I think we all probably going to agree on the worst team in this division.
The worst division in the NBA.
And so,
you think so?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going with the Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
No doubt about it.
I mean, things will be looking up. This would be probably their third year in a row. They ranked the fifth best team in the Southeastern Division.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, let me add it to the screen. I can see the numbers right there. So I'm not expecting much. I think some bright points from last year were some of their younger guys, Suggs, Franz Wagner,
I
Cole
like him
Anthony.
and his brother.
Of course, I like my guy Chuma.
I hope Bol gets some playing time here, man. He really like in Denver. He's gonna play behind Giannis. I hope he gets some burn here, but I also want Mo Bamba to play too.
You know what? These are actually some of the guys that, particularly Bobo, a guy that really don't put up any numbers, but I'm still kind of excited.
Exactly.
I feel like
because we saw him play in the summer league, man. Those numbers, 4 threes, 5 blocks, a steal, 10 rebounds. I want to see him play, man.
I am excited about Bobo. Who knows? Maybe Wendell Carter Jr. might have been the best guy they had last year. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's one thing about their franchise, man. They have so many people, and they all suck, but they're good. I don't get what they're doing. That they need a direction. They need to build a team around somebody.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me go back to last season.
They're like OKC right now. They have no direction, man. Orlando on paper look good, but they have what are we doing here? Are we building around Obama? Is this going to be Fultz's team? Should it be Wagner's team? What are we doing here in Orlando?
They're just collecting talent.
For what? That's all they do every year.
It's going to take a while for it to actually matriculate into something, but they're just collecting talent.
When's the last time you seen them competitive when Dwight Howard was there?
Ooh, yeah. I guess it was the Dwight Howard era. He was the last.
And before then, Shaq. And before then, it was Shaq. So they only thrive when they have generational talent. They don't know how to draft well. They don't know how to get free agencies. And this is the problem here in Orlando.
I guess they did make a playoffs. They lost in the first round a couple of years ago.
Who do they have on that team? Vucevic and who else?
33 and 40 though?
Yeah. I'm like
the East. East is awful.
Okay.
At that time.
Oh, hey Fred, they got your guy Kim Birch, little Fournier, Fultz, Aaron Gordon. So probably Aaron Gordon, little Vucevic and Aaron Gordon. What's the guys?
That was enough to get them in the East.
To get them to a 30.
They had Michael Carter Williams.
What the fuck? Bruh. Terrence Ross been there for a little minute.
Terrence Ross been
33.
We want to talk about a guy that's kind of disappointing. He's one of those guys.
Immense
50-point guys.
Yeah, immense talent.
50 point. Oh my goodness! And then you hear nothing else.
Immense talent offensively.
So, is Paolo? Is he rookie of the year? What y'all think
It's got to be his squad now at this point. Like,
you think so? Because Isaac is still there and he's coming back healthy, and they kept him around.
They got to get rid of him.
Yeah, I think
he's old news.
Turn the franchise
he's old news.
Paolo right now.
Yeah, he's old news at this point. It's time to go in a different direction.
That goes.
Pablo did look a little impressive. In the summer league, he did look okay.
It looked like a little mellowish to me. Looked a little mellowish, but not like jacking as much.
That 6'10", 250. I do like that size.
A bully guy.
He looked like a bigger version of Melo. Maybe not as much with the ISO God, but more of just straight to the point. I'm gonna post you, I'm gonna drive you, I'm gonna shoot it over you, one or the other.
France had an impressive
yes, he
campaign.
did. Yes, he did. Are they gonna stick with him in their rotation as that dude at that 3-4 spot?
They have to.
Yeah, I think you have to. Yeah, that was really.
They got some question marks on what direction they're gonna go.
Exactly. What are we gonna do here? They have a lot of young talent. Nobody's elite. Maybe Pablo come in and set up to be the man.
Is this the guy you start
right now?
You're gonna have to. Yeah. Then the other kid's hurt too. Harris is hurt. I mean, I think they might. If I'm the coach, I might even just go big. I might go with.
Still got.
He's a bench player.
Yeah.
He's another. I mean, he's a other. I'm not a big fan of his. A lot of question marks on that team, man. Just directionally, where do you go? You still got Wendell, you got Mo Bamba, you got Paolo, got Chuma. I mean, they got a lot going on in the front court. You got Isaacs coming back, Wagner.
And then your point guard, you just got lucky, I guess, and found them on the playing time, I guess.
And he ain't even really no point. I mean, so more of a combo.
I don't know.
They got some stuff. They got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, they're gonna suck.
They're gonna be in the 5th spot in that division.
Most
definitely. Next.
So the next team,
they could be battling them for the 5th spot.
The Washington Wizards. I was really going back and forth. But it's probably going to be the Wizards. Yeah, these guys don't really have too much going on outside of Bradley Beal. Kyle Kuzma, they might be entertainment. Porzingis, that's just off the top. Them the only 3 guys I'm really.
I think Gafford's going to be the starting center. They got rid of Bryant's in LA now. That's going to be a good move for LA, I guess. But Gafford should be the starting center this year.
And you got a little Will Barton. I mean,
and then they got DeLon Wright. He's definitely a great little backup bench player. Guy can play. So I mean, they have a better team than Orlando, and they're more veterans. So it wasn't back and forth.
Do they have a better collection of talent?
Just to me, they do because they got veterans. What I mean by that, they got some players on the team who should know how to win a few games.
Yeah, let me look at their records before. Let me see how they've been trending these last few years.
Yeah, Will Barton was a good pickup for Washington.
There was
Will Barton as a pickup.
Sleeper pick.
See, teams in the East, boy, they be making the playoffs with these little 33, 34.
That's what this play is.
I mean, outside of Bradley Beal, I expect Bradley Beal to try to average 25 plus. How y'all feel about my man from overseas?
Him? Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see the Wizards play last year. I can't tell. I wasn't searching for Wizards games. Let's be clear. Them dudes are going to be battling. They're going to be battling Orlando for the 5th seed.
They're probably going to be talking about tanking
in the division.
Number 1 pick. Like, we need to lose the rest of the games to get the number 1 pick. So that's what they're looking.
Put a sound effect. That they deserve a sound effect. God damn it! Some shit. Yeah. Next. Waste no damn time on the Wizards. Yeah, let's talk about a real basketball team now.
All right.
Here we go to the thick of things, and this is what everybody want to talk about right here in this division. These 3 teams right here.
So I'm going
the 3 lower playoff teams, huh?
And I'm going with the Hornets. I got the Hornets coming in at 3rd.
Okay, I agree.
I agree with you on that one.
They actually been improving the last 3 seasons. Oh, they coming in with a new coach this year, though. Okay.
And they didn't sign your boy back.
Is he still out there?
I thought they still had the offer out there, and he tried to sign it though.
Oh, because I was looking for him.
He didn't after all this he been going through. He ain't signed it.
I don't know. I've been trying to figure out what's going on. I didn't see him on the roster, but
he had to have signed that.
I thought they might have took it back because of what he's going through.
You might be right. I don't see. Hold on, am I missing?
He's not. They don't have no information on the website. None of his stats.
Okay.
Boy.
Oh,
that's ugly for them, dog.
But still, without him,
dog,
they still a 13 in the league.
Are they?
13, yeah. They're better than Washington.
Yeah, I probably still got them because of Ball, Rozier,
PJ Washington.
Yeah, PJ Washington. I mean, really, that's about it. I would say Gordon Hayward, but
no, but they got one of my favorite others in the league, Miles Plumlee. He's definitely like a 6'5" and 5'5" type of guy, like 6.
No matter how much you play him, or who he plays for,
5 assists, maybe a block, maybe a steal. I like him. Maybe he'll get a little bit more run, and he can show off some skills and impress some people this year.
I like what Melo got going on. 20 points, 7 boards, 8 assists.
Melo. Yeah, he's mellow.
Young. Yeah, I like Melo.
Their season is contingent upon homie from Michigan State. That's the bottom line. What's the kid's name? Damn, I can't remember his name because he ain't on the roster.
Rozier?
Nah, the kid that got arrested.
Bridges.
Bridges. No Bridges. They're going to be right there with
Rozier put up
the Wizards.
20 last year, though.
He had a good season.
Rozier played good last
He
year.
had a good season. That mess was scary, Cherry.
But my boy Marcel got a video, your boy Bridges, and I think with this video combined with his domestic troubles,
yeah,
he might have made a video his way his ass off the league.
Dog, he made himself disposable.
He made himself disposable with his message. He's out there.
He was tripping.
Damn idiot.
Let me see.
Way too much nonsense, dog.
Let me see if I can pull up just a
pull up
smidgen.
a little smidgen of that video
of what he's investing his time into.
Yeah, what he's
as an NBA player.
His extra money into.
These guys, man, these kids. Lord
they don't know how to make good business decisions, man. Do your business, guys.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
That's what you gotta do.
Handle my business.
Operate that way so we can get a little trouble. You can be like, I got a clean image. But as soon as they start digging up something on you,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap when they see this video.
When they see you running up with the sticks.
Got this light skin, she bad. Put her on a flight. Said you only want to hit. I said, damn, girl, you right. I know nigga found out. I told him, damn, bro, that's life. I finessed the whole time.
No, they got Terry Rozier in there too.
But he averaged 19.
That's 40 points of production. Gangster rap video. Iced out.
I done been through it.
Went on, beat his chick up.
What else you gonna hit me with? My nigga good with numbers, scam, slide. That's what
he talks too proper to be rapping, bro.
We do not condone this behavior
at all.
Definitely not.
He's too articulate to be rapping like that, bro.
He went to college, my guy.
He's too articulate to rap like that.
He went to college, my guy. Any college guy who's in college is not a gangster
at all.
At all.
But yeah, that's my guy, man.
Yeah, real gangsters don't go to class, bro. Be roach. They don't go to class.
I bet you he'd be like, I didn't.
So, okay, this is where, you know what? Okay, this is where, y'all got to keep me honest. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. Y'all
I know what you about to. I know which direction you're going into. I know what you about to do.
Y'all gotta keep
Go ahead. Shake it up.
Keep me honest. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me cue everything up. So we started with the Magic as the Warriors. Then we kind of went to the Wizards. They could easily flip-flop. Charlotte should be kind of bringing it up third. And then next, I'm going with this team, recently in the finals, a conference finals. But how long ago was it? I'm going Miami. Number 2. Y'all could easily convince me they could be the number 1 team because they could. I love them. No complaints. I think losing P.J. Tucker would be a little tough. P.J. Tucker kind of had one of his better years playing with them. Not end all, be all. Of course, I expect, Butler to be the lead guy. Or maybe it's time to transition to Bam as the main scorer. Who knows? They won 53 games last year. We all love their coach, I'm pretty sure. Let's look at some of their numbers from last season. They got good others. They got Tyler Hero. They got Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, Oladipo.
Boy, UD still getting checked, boy.
You still got veteran leadership from your Giannis. And so
there's not a lot of argument out of that. I mean, you could go either way with these two teams. I can see where you're going.
I can't. I do gotta argue because to me it's a clear cut. And it's just because of the coach, man. In my opinion, Eric Spoelstra is one of the greatest coaches to ever be in the NBA. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever team, if he was coaching the Hawks, I would say he's number 1. Mm-hmm. But he's coaching Miami, so that's the reason why I would say they're number 1. Just because he's going to get them about an extra 5 to 8 wins off his coaching and strategy alone.
Now, you put it on the coach. I'm going to put it on something else. I'm going to put it on the GM and the organization. That could be the difference between these two teams flip-flopping in the 1 seed in this spot. The bottom line is Pat Riley find a way to get it done.
Yeah.
He puts dudes in the right spots. He makes the right moves throughout the course of a season. He's always trying to win now. He's not worried about next year and the year after. And that's the only thing I could say that could potentially push the Heat to the 1 seed over the Hawks is what moves they make roster-wise going into the season or to finish out the season. They could make a mid-year move that is a big-time difference maker.
But roster-wise right now, do you believe that I know Ice Trae is a whole nother breed, but do you think that Miami roster is better than the Hawks roster right now? Because I say yes.
I say it's healthy Kyle Lowry is a big time. It weighs the scale.
You know what? I think so that's why I got the Hawks higher than them. Because now I think it's getting to the point with the Murray ad. It's a lot closer. Murray and Butler might be neutralize each other now. I'm taking Trae over Bam. That's just me personally, but I can definitely see somebody taking Bam, a big guy, more efficient. You could probably even build a championship team around Bam.
A hell of a defender.
I just seen Trae take a team to an Eastern Conference Finals, though. I think Butler took Miami versus Bam, and so that's the only. But I think Murray is, and I might be wrong. I'll probably take Butler. Next year, I'll probably take Butler over Murray, but Murray is kind of on that trajectory. And so I think the scales starting to tilt towards the Hawks, but it's not conclusive. But I'll take Trae, I'll take Murray, I'll take John Collins, and I'll take Capella over Cal, Jimmy Butler, Bam, and Tyler Hero. I'll take those 4 over the other 4. And then if I got to go extra player, now I'm talking Hunter. DeAndre Hunter versus whoever. Now that coaching piece is huge. And personnel, Miami got the pedigree. And pedigree can go a long way. Carry that attitude like we've been here. This is what we're supposed to do. This is what's expected of us. But Trae Young also got that attitude. He just recently said he think they can win the finals. Just recently, like a couple of days ago.
If I had a team full of Trae Youngs, I'm feeling the Hawks as the number 1. But John Collins, man, he is the number 2 on this team, in my opinion. He has to be the number 2 player. He is the most efficient player on the team. He's a career average of 16 and 8, right? He should get definitely more touches in the half court.
But he can't create his own shot, Fred.
He can on one-on-one half court, post up, give him the ball, man. He give him the ball. He doesn't. I mean, he is efficient enough in the mid-range game, and he can shoot threes on the kickout. So I think the Hawks' usage rate need to go up on him in order for him to be the number 1 team in that division. But it's not. He's going to be the number 3 option, probably number 4, because Hunter's going to probably try to step his game up as well.
I like John Collins a lot. I really don't have a lot of pushback as far as getting him more shots. He shoot.
He has to
assert himself.
He has to do this. He gets what he gets from the offense. But if he just took a little bit more initiative, he could be a 20 and 10 guy easily.
And I kind of think a lot of that, though, is due to, just some of the injuries he kind of deal with. I think if he was to play a little bit more games, you probably would have seen that his progression, become more of a kind of a shot taker. I mean, it's not like he missed a gang of games, but he only played 54 last year, 63 the season prior to that, 41 prior to that.
Yeah, I get it. He's still developing, but it's time now.
And then also, kind of throw when you get injured, I think you kind of just throw a monkey wrench, and then you kind of build it over again.
I broke down. But when it come to also you saying Bam, I'll take Bam over Capella, but I'll take Okongwu over Dedmon. So I think that's
yeah.
Daddy,
Dedmon's an afterthought.
And obviously, DeJounte Murray is a huge reason I have them coming out, number 1 in the division.
He got to show improve this year.
He got to show improve, some chemistry issues. I looked at some other kind of advanced numbers and how they kind of run plays. He's not let's just say he's not nearly as good as the pick and roll guy as a Trey
Nah,
and a lot of point guards.
Correct. He operates in space. He operates in transition. He breaks down people off scrambles. You know what I'm saying? He isolates, on kickouts and, drives closeouts. He's not a guy that's going to be in. Yeah.
He didn't shoot the three at a high clip. He shot 32%. I think you kind of at least want to see 35-ish. If you obviously want to see higher, but if you're shooting 4 a game, I kind of want you to shoot a little bit higher than that. But I like the 2 steals a game, the 9 assists, the 8 boards. I like the progression. Every year he been getting better and better. He could probably play a little bit more games. He averaging about 67 games his last 3 years, 35 minutes a game. You know what? Something we didn't even discuss with Giannis. Giannis really don't play a lot of minutes. He don't play as many minutes as some of these other guys who play like heavy minutes. Giannis play like 32 minutes a game.
Yeah, why?
On average?
On average? Or 30 points.
Yeah, and he still put up those incredible numbers, dog.
Wow.
Hold on, let me just on a little quick side note. So look, like Giannis' last 4 seasons.
32.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. He's for his career, he's 32.
But he's been blowing people out too now. You got
he's been blowing people out.
Yeah, his teams have been awesome.
And then I'm gonna just go to I'm gonna just go to a random guy.
Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, he don't really play a lot. Okay, he only played 1 more minute, but he played 35 last year. So
that's good. That's good coaching. Coaching. You can't have him on the floor 42 minutes a game. The biggest thing for me, just going back to the Hawks, man, is just, did they let the window of opportunity close on them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I still feel like organizationally they did not make and take proactive steps when they were at their hottest 2 seasons ago, which feels like eons ago, to improve the team right then to capitalize, to try to escalate this team to a championship level. They definitely took a step back last year, and now the onus is on DeAndre Hunter's ass because they invested a lot of time into him. They stuck with him throughout these injury-plagued years, and we're going to find out, whether or not he's really a go-to guy or even a featured guy on their team.
That's why they made that trade for Murray. He's not.
I agree. He probably isn't. He probably isn't
a good player,
but he still needs to. He still needs to be consistent for them in order for them to try to get to the next level.
Hunter. I actually like Hunter.
I do too.
The only issue with me is how many games is he gonna give you? If he give you 70 games, which he probably won't, but
what year? Go back to DeAndre Hunter again.
This Hunter right here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
go back to his profile. Go back to his profile. Go down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, let me see his profile. His biography. Go up to the top of the page. Keep going, all the way to the top of the page. Yeah.
Where's the picture at?
That man was born in 1997. Damn. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we some old that. We old as hell. That's what it's telling you.
Yeah,
man. But yeah, dog. They invested a lot of time into this kid, though, man. And can he piece it together?
A lot of money, a lot of time is what he has not given us. A lot of money has been invested in this guy. It's time for him to show improve, man, just like it is for Collins, man. But I really think Collins just needs to assert himself. I think I'm opposite of you, Rory. I think Collins needs to be that guy, and Hunter is the compliment. Because Collins is way more efficient, man. Just his shooting percentage, and he's decent free throw. He can get to the free throw line. He can jump over. He's athletic. I mean, you see him do it. That's what I'm saying. So that's very disappointing that they haven't really pushed him to become more of a assertive player.
Hey, maybe the coaches just say maybe they ain't drawing it up like that for him,
Yeah, I think they probably not drawing it up, and I think the injuries. I think with Collins and Hunter, I think when you had those injuries, they kind of just throw a monkey wrench in that natural progression.
Instead of working on your game, you're just working on getting help,
getting back,
working on rehabilitating. Because he made a nice little jump from his rookie year to 2020, 2021, but he only played the 23 games. Got hurt. His efficiency was creeping up and all that. Got hurt, had to rehab. Kind of took a step back, played more games. Gave you a solid amount of minutes.
My boy missed some time, man.
Yeah, he missing time. So that's really killing them. Collins and Hunter missing them games, and I don't.
And that's the reason why I think Miami is also going to be number one, because when they have injuries, they have someone that come up out of nowhere like
Why'd you lock the door, boy?
or anyone like that. They just plug and play, man. Plug and play. Hawks have injury. They're going to struggle.
Yeah, they are going to struggle. And luckily, they really haven't. As small as Trey is, he's played, it looks like he averaging almost 70 games a year so far.
Trey is so smart. He's one of the smartest, guards in the league. He got some of that Chris Paul stuff in him. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like
figure
Trey,
it out.
and I like for him to be that small, for him to take those shots as deep as he takes them. His efficiency is still creeping up. 46% from the field, 38 from the three, taking 8 threes a game. We watch the games, those shits be deep ass threes.
Yeah, but I did not know he shot 46% last year. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm gonna go geek out to some of my other stats. True shooting percentage. That's one of the higher ones we've seen from a guard.
He's a stat whore. Let's be clear. He is a stat whore.
Yeah.
That dude.
He looked like he affect winning, not as high as the Giannis is or something like that, but he still kind of affect winning.
He's right there.
I like what I see from Trey. I actually expect him to take another leap up with efficiency with Murray being able to take a little bit of the load off.
I agree, but now that I think about it, man, the Atlanta Hawks got to get slapped, man. They got to get slapped.
We should have started off with that.
Because they traded. I mean, it's a good trade if Cam Reddish would have been something, but they could have had freaking Luka, man. They could have had Luka.
Slap him again, man. But we can't knock him. We got to really. Trae Young is dynamic. Yes, he's a franchise player. So my issue still is with the fact that they did not capitalize, and that is a grave mistake. You can't make that type of run and come back with the exact same roster of unproven players thinking that you're finna do the same thing again. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So,
lightning in the bottle twice, right?
Yeah, whoever their owner is, he need to be slapped. GM need to be slapped. President need to be slapped. And they got to – hopefully this DeJounte Murray thing takes the pressure off Trey and gives him that backcourt mate that gives him the team some stability to make deep runs the next few years.
It should take him off the ball, man. That he's the primary ball handler as well and score playmaker. Wow.
Bogey, very solid. Bogey averaged 15, man. Come on.
Yeah, Bogey good, man. I like him.
Solid.
He tough.
Solid.
Shoot the clip. Ain't scared.
He hold his head down when they was getting in his ass. He got tough. He got tough and fought back.
He's a baller.
But you know what? He another one of those guys between him, Collins, and Hunter. Look at these games. 2 years for the Hawks. 40. 63. I guess we can't really say too much. But in 44 that year, he just happened to come back towards the end of the year and went on that unbelievable run, and so they rode that and went to the Eastern Conference Finals. But he was hurt and then came back kind of towards the end of the year and started. And so
I think the Hawks going to miss Gallinari though. He was probably their most consistent player
in the playoffs. In the playoffs, especially,
they're gonna definitely miss Gallinari. But yeah, outside of that,
they still got Justin Holiday. They picked him.
They picked up Frank Kaminsky too, so they got a pick and pop option now.
Hey man, let's shout out while we pulled him up. Shout out his dad. Whoever his dad is, to have 3 sons make it into the league. Oh man, that lineage right there is something serious. That's something serious. Respect. Straight respect. You got 3 sons in the league, dude. That's crazy.
I get a same shout out to Ball.
Yeah. Nah, Ball was 2 for 3. This dude came 3 for 3, shooting 100%.
I think your boy got a contract, man.
He ain't getting no contract.
Oh,
he ain't getting no contract. He ain't good enough. No disrespect, but he ain't getting no contract.
He ain't getting one?
Nah, he ain't getting no. He ain't no NBA player, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting off.
He ain't no NBA player. I seen him play. He ain't no NBA player.
Maybe Kaminsky give him
Frank the Tank. They picked up Frank the Tank. I like to see serviceable. He's a serviceable
pick and pop option for the 5.
Yeah. Good other.
Who I don't know. They traded one injury guy for another one. Seeing like,
yeah, he been hurt half his career and played half his career. Jeez.
Yeah, if you only got to use him for about a little 12 minutes a game or something.
That's it, though. Yeah. You ain't gonna be playing on 25 minutes a game.
Not with his defense. Hell no.
Mo Harkless. Yeah, you're right. Gonna lose you possession after possession on Yeka.
That's
Okay,
the
I'm
guy
interested
I'm
to
waiting
see
to
what-
see.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the one I'm waiting to see kind of how.
Because when
he
Capella
progressed.
was out, man, he really stepped up.
He's 6'8". I thought he was 6'10".
I thought he was 6'10" too.
Maybe that's why he ain't doing shit. He's too small.
Yeah, he's little as hell.
Playing the five.
He'll always be a bitch guy.
Yeah, playing the five.
Montrezl
In the
Harrell
NBA.
type.
Yeah, there's only one
Yeah, it's hard
Montrezl
to
though.
hold up because he
Yeah,
ain't
it's
held up
hard.
either year.
Shit, Montrezl be doing. I don't know. You don't see a lot of guys do that at 6'7" in the league. Play like a 7-footer, boy.
With 7 pounds though.
Mm-hmm. In the trunk.
In the trunk. That's why he play hard. He go hard.
Yeah. He trying to get the hell on.
I don't need no trainer. I got rehab in the front.
So man, it'd be interesting to see how this thing, how it really play out in real life. We both probably have to double back. I don't think we got time today. We'll have to double back and do the West as well.
Oh, no doubt. We can't handle 4-hour podcast. Shit.
Yeah.
Not today,
Hell no.